Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 26 of Trials of Imagination. For those of you who are new here, we are a group of friends that get together and just like to nerd out and play some Dungeons and Dragons and just have a baller of a time. This is our second campaign together. This go round, we are playing the module known as Curse of Strahd. It is a nice, fun, gothic horror type of campaign. However, the one we're doing is a little more homebrewed. So if you're familiar with the module, it will have a lot of differences. If you've never heard of the module at all and know nothing about it, it will have enough nods to it that it'll still give you an idea of what it is like. So regardless of which of those camps you fall into, there's a place for you here. And we will have a lovely fun time nerding out together. If you are new here as well, you might notice as we get going on in the stream that a lot of times we do not engage with chat vocally a whole lot. This is nothing personal. We're not ignoring your comments. We see them. We just have a limited time frame for how long this can last with different player schedules and work and things that are going on. We just don't have a whole lot of time. So we want to be as concise as possible and give all of our attention to the gameplay and the role play as it goes. So we tend to not engage a whole lot with chat vocally. However, we do try very hard to continue to engage with you guys in chat itself. So you will see us engage there. You just won't hear us say anything directly to you. It is worth noting, though, at the end of the stream, once we get wrapped up and a few of us that have to leave, and the rest stay for a little bit, we have a post-stream section where we actually do get to engage with you guys and talk and have some fun then. So if that is your thing and you want to be able to engage and talk with us, that is a section for you specifically towards the end of the stream. So we do have that. It just won't be in most of the stream. It'll be more towards the end. So there's that. We do have the large. I say large. We have the giveaway open back up in terms of how it's worked before. So if you've been here before, you know how this works. If you are new, you can just type !giveaway into the chat. It will throw you a link. You earn points by watching the stream. That is it. So you don't have to do anything. You just have to be here. You just have to be present. And it works like a raffle. So every time you earn points, you can use those points to buy tickets. Each ticket gives you a chance to win more tickets and to have a higher chance of having that ticket drawn, aka having a higher chance of winning the raffle. And it should, to answer a question from chat, this should have started over fresh, so there shouldn't have been any layover points from the previous ones. I don't think there should be a fresh start, but the points start now, so maybe it has accumulated a few by this point. I don't know. At any rate, all you have to do is literally type in !giveaway at any points. It will allow you to go to that link, spin your Shroot bucks, as we call them, and spin on tickets, get a chance to win. The giveaway will be on episode 30, so you have not only this episode, but 3 to 4 more episodes to accumulate as many points and tickets as you would like, and have a good chance of winning some free stuff. So we'll make sure to continue to update and announce about that as we get closer and closer to time so that nobody forgets anything about that. So that is everything there. I'm going to turn it over to SJ for the rest of the announcements, and then we'll get back and get the stream started. So, SJ?
Hi, everybody. Okay, so he already talked about the giveaway, so I don't need to do that. So we have our podcast up, and I just uploaded episode 8 on there. So if you are not listening, if you've got to catch up, it is on our podcast on Spotify and Apple podcast. But everything up until now is also on our YouTube channel. But we know that some people don't like having the YouTube up, especially if you're just listening to it on your phone. So that's why I'm trying to transfer everything over onto our podcast channel. But along with our regular episodes, you will also find episodes of just Matt and I chatting about Dungeons and Dragons. With that, we also have our Patreon. So if you would like to support us and also get some cool stuff, you can join our Patreon, and that will also give you access to the Patreon only podcast episodes. So you get a special episode each month just for those who are in the Patreon. as well as early access to the regular podcast episodes. Let's see. Please interact with our Twitter. We're trying to be more active on Twitter just to get our name out there. So one thing that you can do to really help us is to interact with it, interact with our posts and to retweet them. So if you could do that, that would help us greatly get our name out there and bring in more people to hopefully enjoy what we bring here on Tuesday nights. Also, like Matt said, we have a giveaway coming up. We are 4 episodes away from episode 30. So we're really excited to actually get there. And we're coming up slowly but surely on a year of season 2 of Trials of Imagination. So I can't believe it's almost been a year. Woot. And then, as always, there's more to come. We are always working on things to come that we're really excited about. And then also we have a merch store. So if you want merch, there is a merch store. So just put exclamation point merch. There it is. Thank you. And I believe that's it. Thank you, everybody.
Nice. Thank you, SJ. All right. Yeah, so ton of announcements as per usual. We always feel like we have a lot going on and continue to add more to the pot because I know SJ's working on something specifically and then I'm working on something that we're both trying to get ready to just continually to give stuff to you guys to just thank you for your never-ending ridiculous support of this channel over the almost year now we've been going. So it's been a lot of fun. Looking forward to more. Thank everybody who's been along this ride so far, and no matter what point you jumped in, you're all awesome. We're glad you're here. Hope you continue to hang out, have fun, come by whenever you can, in and out. And there's the YouTube for you can watch later because these always go up on YouTube the Friday after. So these stream on Tuesday and then it goes up on the following Friday. So you can always watch it at your own leisure, even if you cannot make the stream itself. So that is it for announcements. I think we have talked enough. I think it's time to get into some D&D. But first, as you all know, we have a nice little intro. So if you've seen it before, sit back and relax and enjoy. If you have never seen it before, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
No, more like Kansas.
And here we are. Welcome back, everybody, especially Penguin's Isle. Hope you
I like my look.
have a good time here. Oh, yeah, we have the tokens still up. Nice.
No,
Wow.
I look more handsome that way.
You look nice. You look great. Let's get you guys where we can see you. There you go. There's your beautiful faces. Get back. All right. So Mr. Richard is running a little late. He is at Bible study, so I suppose we will excuse him for that, if any reason to be late. That
And
is
he's been turned into a bird.
And yep, he
Not
is
just any bird.
currently a bird.
Pip-wop.
A pip-lop.
That's not squishy.
So he's at least a cute bird, and he'll remain there until he comes in and breaks the cameras inevitably, and everything shifts around. And then we have fun playing Tetris for half a minute until we get cameras situated, but we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. So anyways, last time on Trials of Imagination, our characters finally got on the road. Finally left the mansion in sake of a quest or adventure or whatever we want to call it, and made their way out of the village of Barovia and towards the direction of Vallaki. But first, they stopped at the Sir Pools, which is where the Vistani camp was located currently, and had a chat with Madame Ava. A couple of players had a chat. Nadar attempted to run into the tent, only to land on the opposite side of the field in woods, and tried it one more time and did it again. It was like a weird portal loop situation. But nonetheless, Ayla and Zyle both had conversations with Madame Ava, both of which were a little ominous and cryptic of nature, but gave some form of details in its own sense. And afterwards, the group left and made their way further to the north, and kind of made to a stopping point once they were getting close to a really dark area. It got darker and darker and darker, and Ismark and Arena made sure to iterate and emphasize that they were getting very close to passing the home of the devil, basically. And lo and behold, a big opening came up, and on the side of the mountain was a massive castle that they could see via lightning occasionally in the distance, which was the only thing that was giving any sort of light in the vast darkness that was around them. But nonetheless, they did not stay there for long and carried on. But the darkness did present an interesting foe or character, we shall say, that presented itself to them, but very wisely so, the characters decided not to engage with it and instead to sit still, be quiet, and let the strange creature pass by without any sort of interruptions. Although Miller did have a slight cough that almost got its attention at one point, but eventually Ismark grabbed one of Nadar's least favorite rocks and threw it into the woods as far as he could, in which case he got the creature's attention, and the party was able to escape, we'll say, without any form of interaction between them and this creature. Moving forward, further up north, they run into an area that has a little more light, so they're beginning to see better. It's not quite as dark, but there is a gallows off to the left side of the trail. And we had some wisdom saving throws, and just the joy of D&D. Half succeeded and half failed. So literal half and half, to where Ayla, Nadar, and Mark all failed their throws, while Millard, Elberth, and Zyle all passed theirs. And the ones that failed saw some form of terrifying image of someone that they typically held dear in their mind. Ayla seeing her brother, Nadar seeing his father, and Mark seeing his wife hanging from the gallows, while the ones who passed only saw just some form of nameless corpse that has been hanging and rotting for quite a while. And obviously out of that, confusion took place and things got a little strange for a second, and Mark tried to climb the gallows and reach his wife, but Elberth, in a pinch, was able to subdue him, temporarily paralyze him, and get him off of that before something bad happened, because they did take note that while he got close enough to almost be within physical touching range, that there was like a dark smoke cloud almost that was kind of like, looks like it was pulling to and from Mark straight from the corpse area, but Elberth was able to pull him away before anything else were to come of that. The last thing to happen before the end of the episode was Ismark noticing something about Millard and began to hold his hand out and try to do something, to which Millard was not on board with and began asking Ismark to stop, to which Ismark did not, and as a result, Millard threw a blade towards him and hit Ismark with the blade successfully. So the last we left off, Ismark has been hit with a blade, but he did successfully do what he was trying to do, which seemed to be pull some form of thing out of Millard, and when it landed in his hand, it was the black goop of which we had discussed in a dream sequence a couple of episodes earlier. but none of which the characters themselves have seen before. And Ismark quickly formed a thing of light in his hand, and it caused the goop to actually incinerate and kind of wither away. And the last thing Ismark said to the group is something along the lines of, there's something we need to talk about. And that is where we left off last week, but more importantly, where we pick up this week. So, just to reiterate, Ismark just says, there's something we need to talk about, but first I'll sit down. Oh. And he just kind of takes a knee as he's kind of holding the blade, even though noting Richard did use healing to heal him.
Can I cast or try to cast Detect Magic, ritual cast it?
For
well, for one, for the corpse thing, and also for the black goo, and let's see, what was the other thing?
We're pretty close to the town, right? Like that's where the gallows was.
pretty dang close. You can't see it yet, but you're definitely close.
Ismark, what did you just do?
If I'm being honest,
Joe, be straight with us, mate.
I don't know what that was. But there's some form of
Ismark,
darkness inside of you.
Did you do this to me? Are you something in your house?
No. This is
So
something
gypsies along the road?
No, judging from this, I don't know how long this has been in you. Jay, make a perception check.
16.
Ooh, okay. Good check. So you notice a couple things. One, notice that even though Zyle healed Ismark, because you saw that happen, so you know should be healed, he still seems to be fatigued in some way. You also feel relief in your shoulder now, starting to kind of move it a little bit.
Okay, there was only the two things, just the black goo and the scaffolding for the thingy. Illusion magic, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn around and run towards Vallaki. Like, run towards the gates.
Okay. You're just
Millard,
gonna...
where are you going?
I just keep running.
Okay. You're just gonna hear Ismark attempts. I do not think that's probably wise. They have archers at the gate. Just try not to be hostile. I don't. Sorry, guys. I don't have the strength to go stop him right now.
He'll figure it out.
I hope so. The gods of Vallaki are skittish people sometimes.
I would be too. It's fine. Like I said, he'll figure it out. He'll be fine. Why don't we get you there so you can rest some. Yeah.
Probably would not be worst of ideas.
Yes. I'd rather be there than out here at this moment.
You know, I rather wish Zyle had removed the blade before healing me, because now I just have this blade that's kind of stuck right here that I'm gonna have to pull out at some point, I think.
They left it in you?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do-
It's so
Do you want me to take it out?
not really.
I don't really want you walking with it in there.
Yeah, it kind of tickles a little bit when I breathe.
But
It's really not that bad. Maybe we just leave it for a second. I don't.
Arena,
No.
should we there's something in your brother. Should we take it out?
She doesn't even stop to really say anything. She just leans up, grabs it.
And there we go.
Yep.
You know, it could have been stuck in the. That was not best idea, but okay, we're here now.
I think there could have been better ways to do that.
What was your sister's idea?
I'm talking to her.
I don't think she's listening.
I know.
Arena, do you have any spells to heal your brother? This part's your fault.
No, he did not listen when Miller had asked him to stop. So this is what he gets.
Okay.
What is that black stuff?
If I'm being honest, I do not know. It is. All I know is I feel the darkness of it. It's the evil nature of it, whatever it is. I don't know how long that was in your friend Millard. He's very lucky it was. He's very lucky it was as small as it was.
How did you know to get it out of him then?
I didn't. I felt it.
Have
don't-
you felt it in other people?
Yes, but usually much, much stronger, and it's not as simple to pull out. Just think of it like a vast tree that digs roots and holds deep.
Okay. Well, let's wrap your wound here, and we should probably get going before Millard gets attacked by arrows.
Look at that, I'm bleeding.
Yet, which is why I said we should wrap your wound.
Listen.
That.
I'll be ein. And he passes out.
Irina, help me dress the wound, and then Zyle, you'll have to carry him.
While you guys are doing that, Millard is going to reach the gates of Vallaki at this point.
Minard's still just there crying.
Let me see if I can get some imagery for you if I can. Gotta love when we split the party.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be forever. It's quick.
I don't believe you. Like this is payback.
Runs off into woods again.
This is payback for campaign 1 days.
No, it just makes sense.
It does. All right, so I'm on. Everybody else's tokens are on this, so just ignore it because Millard will be the only one here. But I don't want to have to delete everybody's stuff and add it back later.
Okay.
So I pull that there, put the players here, and give you guys a map to see. All right, so you come up, and this field it's actually a little bit nicer terrain right now. That is grass and these huge hybrid of log and stone walls. It's very thick logs that go up and then stone on top that come out and have these massive wall that covers what seems to be, as far as the eye can see, this border of a town. And at the two pillars of the gate, there's archers that you can see, one on each pillar, as well as a couple of guards over to the left side, and what sounds like a interacting town on the other side.
Please let me in. I need to find some help from my friends.
Oi! Who are you?
My name's Millard Kate. I mean you no harm. I just need to find someone to help my friends.
You hear that, laddie? His last name is Kint. You're funny.
Look, I'm a traveler. I'm willing to pay. I'm here for business. I just need to get someone to help my friends.
All right, then. I suppose I could open the gate for that. Seems reasonable. How much we talking here?
Look, mate, we'll settle this later. My friend's in grave danger. Promise you, I will give you something in return that is well worth your time and effort.
You know, normally I'd call you a bunch of poppycock and hogwash, but I mean, a man dressed like you, I gotta see this closer. Let him in. And the gates just start opening up. And you're able to get in, and you do see what seems like a lively town with a whole bunch of things going on. There's guards walking about. There are people who look like they're more in, like, dare we say, noble attire, kind of like what you're used to seeing. There's a jester in the streets. There's people going to tents, purchasing things. There's just a thriving town. It's almost the antithesis of what the village of Barovia felt like.
Noticeably surprised, I'm going to instead of rushing, I'm going to walk into the crowd, like just try to act normal. But then as soon as I can find like a back street or alleyway, I'm going to try to like run into it and hide for a little bit.
Okay. You have a few people kind of just looking at you a little strangely and not really saying anything. Just strange attire.
Not really paying attention to anybody. Just going to keep going about my business.
Okay. It doesn't take far for you to... There's a plethora of buildings and gaps between them, so you will pretty quickly find an alleyway.
Are there any notable shops that I see, like that I would recognize as a place of business?
Oh, plenty. Do you have something you're looking for specifically?
No, I just want to know what like I see in that initial walk-in.
Sure. So the initial one is mostly tent setups, as if some form of... it almost seems festival-ish in a sense of people, mostly food. There is like a person selling like leather in terms of armor. There is another one that is selling what seems to be some sort of vials, maybe potions of sorts. And one that seems to be... it's hard to really tell what it is. It's like strange artifacts that you haven't really seen before.
Yeah.
And they're all spread out on both sides of the road.
Right. And those are mostly tents.
Yes.
Okay.
Further in, building-wise, they're all going to look like elevated, nice cottages.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna find kind of a cottage to hide behind.
Sure.
And like catch my breath and collect my thoughts.
Okay. So you've made your way to an alleyway close by a cottage, and you are uninterrupted.
What is going on? I just don't feel right. I need some water. I need to find something to drink. Yeah, that's it. Something to drink. That'll help me out.
So I start looking around. Are there any like stalls or anything that like I can get a drink at? Or that
Sure.
looks to be serving any sort of beverage?
Not where you are. If you go further in,
Okay.
you will find it.
I'm gonna do that.
Let me go ahead and grab you. There. I'll put you on this one. So you go further in and notice you're starting to see more of the buildings and what they look like. And like, nice versions of these cottage homes. And you kind of start to realize that the roads are deeper in, are a little frosted and mix of things where it's like it's cold weather, so like some of it's frosted, but there seems to be rose petals just everywhere in the streets. But right here is an actual well right outside the house.
I must be seeing things. This place is strange. Must be some sort of festival. Where can I find that drink?
Is there anybody around the well? Or like a bucket or something to draw water from the well?
There's a bucket sitting on the well. The town itself is littered with people. I don't have people on the map itself, but
I mean like directly around the well. Is it
No.
like there's a bunch of people collected around it, or is it
wide open.
I run to the well?
It's no alcohol, but I just need something.
So I
Okay.
throw down my bucket. Well, the bucket that's there. And start like hooking it up and starting to put it down with the rope.
Okay.
My hands are kind of shaking at this time. It's just trepidation. Start to pull up the water. Pull out the bucket. And I just look at my reflection for a second. And I just kind of like splash on my face. And I look around.
Still rose petals everywhere. This is maddening.
Look at my hands.
What's going on? Why did I even throw that a knife?
And then I'm going to start looking around for like an actual proper tavern.
You do not have to look very long, or you find one right here. Has a giant sign outside that says Vallaki Home Tavern.
Oh, that's homely, ain't it?
I walk in as inconspicuous as I can in the state I'm in.
Okay. We're gonna let you go in, and then we'll go back to the group. Is there anything you wanted to do real quick before we go back?
I just like, I'm guessing it's kind of bustling like the rest of the town.
Very much so.
I'm just gonna try to like scoot around to the side corner of the bar, take a seat, and that'll be it.
So Millard goes in, takes a seat. Unnoticed. So you go in, no one bothers you, and you're allowed to have your seat and be uninterrupted. Going back to the rest of the party. So, for sake of narrative, while this was going on, did you want to be moving towards Vallaki, or were you sitting in place talking?
I think that once we bandaged Ismark, we we started making our way to Vallaki.
Okay.
How long would it take for me to have casted Detect Magic? Would I have gotten that done in time?
I would say so by now.
Okay. Yes, I wanted to try and figure out about the scaffolding.
So,
Not scaffolding, but
in a strange turn of events, you detect no magic, yet you feel something, and you can't really describe it or even like put it into words other than suddenly what Ismark was attempting to describe the goop as starts to kind of make sense for whatever you're feeling at the moment. So you've begun to detect something, but you don't know what it is. At least it's not magic you're familiar with if it is.
okay.
But you're feeling something and it feels dark.
This is weird. I don't think there's anything for me to learn here, but I don't know. I think we should follow Millard.
And Richard, in case you missed earlier, so at the end of the last episode, Millard threw the knife at Ismark and hit him. And then he, after like a few sentences today, Millard ran towards Vallaki by himself. So he is now in Vallaki. Whereas the rest of you guys are tending to a unconscious Ismark at the moment and making your way towards Vallaki as well.
Nadar does not move towards Flocky. He doesn't move at all.
Okay, well, Nadar's not moving. So you notice Mark saying that he doesn't know what to make of this and is not sure if there's anything he can learn, and then you notice Nadar not moving.
Nadar, are you okay?
He doesn't respond. He's just staring at the gallows with tears coming down his face.
Nadar, we shouldn't stay here.
What?
We absolutely need to get moving.
Pick him up.
Risky proposition, that.
Are you?
Ooh. Hey, Mark, can you do the push thing? The push. So we don't actually have to touch him. Just the push.
Nadar, can you walk?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just kind of flops onto his back, though.
You know, once we get to Vallaki, I hear they have a really nice tavern. Huh, Arena, right? Wink, wink. There's a nice tavern with lots of alcohol there, right?
Oh,
It's funny because I know she's simply trying to divert, but she's actually not wrong. It is a very nice tavern. Really good ale.
Nadar begrudgingly gets up and slowly follows along.
Right.
Alright.
Then.
So you guys are moving in the direction of Vallaki. And slowly but surely, you make your way there and arrive at the gates. Or what is right in front of them. So let me move players to where they need to be. Going to be right here. Okay. And again, much like Miller did, you guys come up on this massive wall made of vertical logs that has stone on top of it that seems to just wrap around near about as far as the eye can see as a perimeter wall. With the two pillars that are on the outskirt of the door, the large wooden door, you have two archers atop it and a couple of guards to the left side moving about, and what definitely sounds like a vibrant, active town on the other side of these large wooden doors. Does anybody do anything?
Do the guards look like they're going to be aggressive towards us in any way?
Roll a perception check.
This is better than last week.
Well, that's good.
It's ugh. Perception. That is a 17.
Attaboy. They don't look intently aggressive or hostile. They look on guard, and as a military man yourself, you can tell just from looking at them, they've seen some stuff being on the guard watch. This might be the day shift, but they've seen some stuff, so they're not exactly, sitting down, being laid back upon seeing you arrive, but they're not jumping at the heels to shoot you either.
So they're just more alert and less, you're not from around here, are you?
We don't like your kind around here. No, they're not that type. They're on alert.
These lads have definitely seen some things.
You can tell from this far away?
Usually your standard guard patrols, especially during the day, they're kind of lazy, laid back, lounging around. These guys are not. They're sharp. They're focused.
Well, let's get going.
As you guys approach the gate, you'll be close enough to hear one of them peer over. Hey, Leon! Look, also an elf. Do you speak common?
Oh, my hood's on.
Yes, we speak common.
Not you, the elf.
So confused. I just glare at them.
I speak back to them in Dwarvish and say, that's not very nice.
One of them just looks confused. Leon, do you know? Did he insult me? Or some? I don't know what.
Did Ariel yells up? Yes, he called your mom fat.
Zyle doesn't say anything. He just very audibly goes.
Albert's like, never mind.
In which case, you do see that guy. Oh, loads the crossbow, points it at your direction. Is that right? Do you offer me mother insult?
I guess I brought his spirits up a little bit. He kind of mutters under his breath. I guess Ayla's the only one right there who would have heard that.
Yep.
No, sir, I do not insult your offer your mom insult. I think there was an error in translation there.
Was that not
Leon-
was that not a joke?
Leon, this man's speaking all smart like. What did he mean? It means no. Oh, okay. All right then.
You and me.
You happen to be the bunch with that weird fella earlier, dressed real funny like.
What guy?
Yeah, we're missing a weird person.
That sounds correct, yes.
Yeah, weird, funny looking outfit. Although, the rest of you kind of got a funny outfit. Oh, hey, look! Leon, is he's Mark. He's unconscious. Did you knock him out?
He couldn't hold his liquor.
We're bringing him to get some well-needed rest. He tried to keep up with the dwarf back here.
Ah,
Can't have a drinking contest with a dwarf.
I haven't been around a whole lot of
We
dwarves,
tried
but
to
even
warn
I know that's a bad idea, right, Leon?
No, it's a great idea.
It's worth noting, like, these fillers are not, like, super close. So every time he's talking to this guy, he is yelling across the way to this guy. Leon is he's just stoic and just not even moving. He's just... Alright, well, your friend's inside. Just don't make a fuss, and, I guess don't do anything stupid. Yeah. That's right. Is that all, Leon? Don't look at me like that. Okay, yeah, you guys go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, thanks.
You see the large wooden doors begin to open.
As we pass through the doors, I lean over to Zyle and say something in Elvish. Loud enough for the guards to hear as we pass.
Okay. What do you say?
You don't get to know that.
All right, then. I mean, we don't have to, I suppose, but... Just leaving the stream in the dark. I see it. Okay.
Yep. It's for Zyle to know. It's between Ayla and Zyle. Sheesh.
As long as he knows, yeah, that's good enough. So, you guys get on the other side of the gate and see same thing that Millard saw. What we can only describe as like the literal antithesis of the village of Barovia. This place is thriving. It has a lot of color. There's what almost would, in comparison to what was going on in the other town, seems like a festival going on of people having merch tents and gathering around, and people in formal attire. There's a jester in the middle of the streets. There's guards walking around. It just seems like a nice, booming, thriving town.
Well, this is a bit more pleasant than being attacked by werewolves after coming out of a house that tried to kill us.
Yeah.
We forgot someone. We forgot to go get Johnson.
Johnson.
Went on to new adventures.
Yeah.
Oh, the rock!
He just now...
I was like, is he like pretending to be Mendel or what? It's like,
Nope.
oh, it's a rock! Rock! Okay.
It's not just that. It's a rock.
Johnson the Rock Johnson.
In every movie ever, the exact same.
No, in every jungle movie ever.
Yeah, jungle is required.
Yes.
All right, so you guys see a booming town. What's your first thing? What do you do?
Did the
We
guy
should probably point
tell
the
us-
door towards the tavern.
Yeah, I guess we can talk about anything we're gonna do after at a tavern, but tavern would be a good place to go.
Yeah, Nadar kind of started to get his hopes up as we got closer to the tavern, to the to Vallaki.
Okay, so
I'll keep my eyes out for Miller.
do you guys have a direction you're gonna walk? Because like the path goes straight, and there's also a T, so you have multiple directions you can go.
Straight for now.
Okay.
It looks main.
I'm just exhausted, so I want to get somewhere where I can have a seat.
Nadar goes straight forward.
Going straight forward now, you kind of like begin to be more into the crowd, and you can definitely notice people are kind of looking at you strangely.
As in, you're not from around here, kind of strange.
Definitely. Which said,
Always the look of suspicion.
one of the guards is
I pull my
gonna.
head more
ahead.
over my. I pull my hood more over my head. I can do words and sentences.
Ayla just pulls her head.
I pull my head off.
All right.
No, I pull my hood more over my head.
Plot twist: Ayla's undead,
Stop.
and now Zal hates her.
It's been a long and fun journey, but
Oh no.
Oh, that'd be bad.
shame.
By the
Real
way,
shame.
Oh my goodness, that would be like the
Yeah.
worst. That would
I mean, I
be
thought we
the
were all
worst.
doing hidden races. Secret race.
Oh man, what a plot twist that would be. Oh,
I'm actually a Piplup.
Nadar doesn't do secret phrases. He names rocks now after he
So-
ate them.
one of the guards is actually gonna look at Zyle and just kind of do a double take. Hey, you lot don't look like you're from around here. Are you military man?
Indeed.
Hmm.
Is it that obvious?
Once you done it, hard to hide it.
Very true. He'll like hold out a hand for a Scottish handshake. Zyle.
Mr. Lutheran.
Lutheran, you said?
Mm-hmm. Luthrian.
That in my notes.
Look, I don't want to pry or anything, but you're not here to cause any trouble, yeah?
Definitely not. Seems like you've got a pretty good thing going here. We don't want to disrupt that.
Right.
It's a bit less dreary than anything else we've seen so far.
First time to Vallaki, I take it then, yes?
Indeed. You mind kind of giving me a lay of the land here?
Oh. Well, it's a rather large city, so that's a bit of a loaded question, but if there's something specific you would like to be pointed in the direction of, I can certainly help a fellow military man out.
First and foremost, I think our friend back here is in need of a tavern. Is he kinda-
That we can be of service of. Quite a fine tavern we have, if I do say so. He looks and notices that there's a dwarf among your company. I do hope they've stocked up today. I'm guessing...
I do too.
If the stereotype is true, I don't get to meet a ton of dwarves, but I'm going to assume it's Mr. dwarf here.
That's a bit of a rude presumption, but it also happens to be correct.
Nothing personal, sir. It's just when you hear
In Draconic, just to freak him out a bit, I say, "My name's Nidar."
back and draconic, he says, "My name is Lutheran."
What?
Well, that gambit didn't pay off, did it?
Now in Dwarven. Crap. And he just scuttles off and just not paying attention to the direction.
You know, I don't know a whole lot of Dwarvish, but I think he just said a slur of some sort.
Close enough, yeah. Don't let his skittishness fool you. He can pack him away.
I'll take your word for it. Anyway, just follow the path straight north. It'll head you straight into the large tavern. It's the main tavern of Vallaki. You can't miss it. Large building. Got a huge sign on it. Super conceited. Just says the Tavern of Vallaki.
It's a bold claim.
It's not wrong. It is a tavern, but there's multiple. So, you know, I don't know. I'm not big on titles, but you will find drink there.
Now, many thanks, friend. As he'll shake his hand again. He'll walk back to where Nadar scuttled away.
Good
I'm
luck,
gonna try
Zal.
and look for some other tavern. Just I didn't go like I'm. Just in my mind, I didn't go straight down the middle. Once we bumped in, I went off to one of the sides to try and find a tavern that way.
You went to which? So
I'll left. We'll say left.
okay. So Zal, you can
Move
see
your token.
Nadar
I can.
going left.
Nadar, lad, I've got got directions for your favorite kind of place here.
I want one that isn't so weird.
You haven't seen it.
This is
That's
true,
Gallows Isle.
but this sounds weird. Excuse me.
All right, more for us.
So Nadar, you're gonna get kind of a disgruntled look by the person you're walking by right now.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Smelly dwarf.
Hey.
Hi.
Never mind. And I just scurry off.
Right along now. Friggin' dwarves. Alright. Now having successfully split the party 3 ways, we'll go back to...
We got split in 4 ways.
We'll go back to Millard in the tavern for the moment. So, Millard?
So as I'm sitting at the bar, I'm gonna be looking around for anybody who's heavily intoxicated, leaving the bar in any fashion.
Don't even have to roll for that one. Passive perception will get that pretty easy.
Nice.
It's a pretty large tavern as such. There's a bunch of people coming in and out and a lot of alcohol trading hands. So will not take long to find what you're looking for there.
I'm specifically looking for somebody who's alone and inconspicuous.
Okay.
I'm going to follow them.
It takes a few minutes to find someone alone, but eventually there is a young adult male who is very unkept, not clean shaven. He's got that nasty, spotchy type of facial hair going on. Just hasn't shaved in a while. His hair is rather unkept. He even looks dirty, almost like a coal miner of sorts. And he starts sloshing around and starts making his way out the door.
I'm going to kind of jog up to him, throw my arm around him. Hi, mate. Long day, ain't it?
Hi. Hi.
Oh, man, you're looking really good.
Oh,
You know that, right?
You didn't have to say that.
Come on, mate. Let's take a stroll. Let's take a
I'm
jog. Let's take a little walk.
ugly.
Come on, mate. And I'm gonna kind of
Are we
steer him towards.
Are we friends?
We're the best of mates.
Oh, that I've always wanted a friend.
You've always had a friend, mate. I've always been your friend.
That's
Like, forever.
that's awesome. I didn't even know I had
You're
a friend.
awesome, mate.
Okay, where am I going?
Oh, we're going this way. What other way were we going?
Cool. He's just gonna follow you regardless of what direction you go.
So I'm gonna kind of take an alleyway back towards the front, but not going directly along the main path.
Mm-hmm.
And as we reach a secluded area, I'm just gonna kind of be like, let's sit it down, and I'm gonna knock him out.
All right. Make a. How are you gonna knock him out?
Let's see. How big is he?
Not very. Maybe 5'10".
Okay. I want to make sure I can do this.
More is like
Have it in mind.
more lean person. He does have a bigger gut, but he's not like super big.
Yep. I'm gonna trip him, and then we're just gonna like put him in sleeper hold.
All right, the trip will work flawlessly due to how inebriated he is. Sleeper hold. Just roll a strength check with advantage.
Huzzah.
Probably won't be too hard.
I got a 12. Got a 12.
Okay. You.
Sorry, mate. Oh, yeah, no, I'm just don't choke, like, don't choke. Oh,
He's passed out.
and then I'm gonna steal all his clothes.
All right.
Well, that escalated quickly.
I'm gonna put his clothes on, use some like dirt to muddy kind of my face up, try to look like I belong in the town.
Okay.
I'm gonna bundle up my clothes and just like keep them in a bundle in my bag.
So for clarification, this guy is being left in an alleyway in his undergarments.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
In the freezing cold.
But
If-
I'm going to like take out one of my rations and just like put it in his hand.
Well, at least he won't
Alright.
starve.
All right.
You know,
You've
Good
success-
trade, mate.
Death, but he won't starve.
good trade, mate.
You've successfully sacked this man of his attire, put it on yourself, and given
Just
him
his
a ration.
clothes. Like anything else he has on him, I'm leaving with him.
Okay.
I just need to look. I
He
just
did-
need to look.
He did have some coin
No.
in his pocket. Are you leaving that, or are you?
Yeah, I'm leaving that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And I'm gonna start sneaking towards the guard who I talked with before.
So okay, back to the entrance. Okay.
But I want. It's like I don't want to get too close. I want to be looking for him to be like an opportunity to get him alone.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
So we'll go back to the party. So Nadar's by himself, Millard's by himself, and we have Elbrith, Zyle, Ayla, Mark with these Mark and Arena. Slowly making your way in the northern direction towards the tavern.
I hope Miller's not doing anything untoward while he's unsupervised.
I laugh. Just like a little chuckle.
Surely he's not doing a Boston subway. You remember when he left that guy in the alley without any clothes?
I say in Elvish to Zyle, let's be honest, that's probably what happened.
So,
Do you, because the people, the weird guards, called his outfit funny? You think he's doing that again?
it's on brand.
I suppose.
And Nadar is very likely to get into trouble as well, off on his own in a tavern, unsupervised.
I tell Zyle, I'm surprised you didn't follow him.
I've tried, and I'm just tired today.
Well, it's not my turn, so.
It was my turn yesterday, I think. Don't know if it actually was or not. He just says that. I think it's Millard's turn, actually.
We'll go with that. And everything I'm saying is in Elvish.
Oh, is Zyle been talking in common?
He probably mostly would have responded in common. His handle of Elvish is not as good as Ayla's. Enough that you probably would have gotten a general idea of what he was saying.
Okay.
Ismark is going to wake up at this point. There's- Okay.
Welcome back, friend.
Seems we've made it to Vallaki.
We have.
Yeah.
We're a little scattered, but we're here.
Oh no. Okay. Who's what? Okay, Nadar. Well, that's bad. Okay, and Millard ran off. That makes sense. Okay, who let Nadar run off?
I point at Zyle.
I pointed Ayla. We're the Spider-Man team.
Just pointing. Oh no. Okay. This is bad. Okay, not a lot of people have dealt with dwarves or even elves a whole lot around here. So, and then okay. This is okay. Okay. We can do this. Millard, I trust more to survive on his own, so we need to find Nadar before somebody hurts him, or worse, he gets us all on the watch from the gods and possibly killed. They have a low tolerance policy here. They're pretty strict. Kind of says quietly as he looks around.
All right, then.
A low tolerance for what?
He says, even lower, really anything that the Baron dislikes.
The Baron is...
Shh. So loud. It's like the burgomaster of this area said it's a much larger place, so whereas for us it's more, back in Village Barovia is really mostly a title. He runs it like he's actually over all these people.
Okay.
Not a very pleasant character, if I'm being honest. But be careful what you say out loud.
All right, so I guess I'm going back to find Dadar. then.
Well, before you do...
Let's stick together.
I want to find somewhere to have a seat.
Oh darn, we didn't split the party 6 ways.
I stay with style.
Oh darn.
Don't worry, there'll be something to bring us all back together.
How far are we from?
Probably screams.
How
Lots
far
of
are we from the
screams.
tavern?
From the tap. Couple 100 yards.
Well, I can also take Mark over there, and we can wait to see if Nadar finds his own way there. Seems to have a sense for that.
You know, that is not a horrible idea. Tell you what, Irina, if you will show them the way to the tavern, just in case it should be a straight shot, but she can show you the direction to go.
I say to Ismark in Elvish, are you okay to walk?
He looks at you funny. Looks back to Zyle. Was that a language, or did she just make a bunch of noises?
Are you okay to walk?
Oh,
She was asking.
sorry. Apologies.
I can walk on my own. I don't need an escort, Elbreth.
I don't think we should be splitting up anymore.
It's less of escort, more of staying in groups. Yes, Miss Ayla, I think I will be okay to walk. It is just a little stiff.
I look at him like, questionably.
Okay. So who is going to go to the
wuss?
who is going to go to the tavern, and who is going to go find the dark?
Me and Elbreth to the tavern.
Yeah, sounds like, and Irina, and then
Yep.
Ismark, Ayla, and Zyle to go for Nadar.
All right.
3 for 3.
Yep.
3
Okay.
and 3 is better than 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1.
So, all right. Who the
Dr.
heck?
Grant says this is a bad idea.
We're in a town. Don't worry.
What could possibly go wrong?
Famous
Never
last words.
All right. Let's actually go to Nadar, who has been walking aimlessly for a little bit.
I'm looking for a tavern that isn't the one we were given directions to.
You don't run into any of that direction. You just see an endless, this place is huge, so it just looks like an endless road that has turns and a bunch of houses and buildings, and you can also see the wall that was the perimeter just seems to you can't see an end. It just seems like it's just continuous.
I'm just gonna keep walking until I get bored or I find a tavern or something.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Oh no, my dice fell. Does that count?
I say reroll.
Okay. I was gonna say, if it doesn't, that's a 10. The reroll is a 17.
You feel like someone is watching you.
I'm gonna put my hand on one of my hand axes, but keep walking.
Now you feel like a bunch of people are watching you.
Yep. That's fine. That's fine.
You're gonna.
I'm gonna walk until I get to like an alley where I don't have. I'm gonna like run down, find an alley that doesn't have an exit other than like the way you get in, and I'm just gonna stand at the end and just stare out. Occasionally spinning it on the spot.
Okay. You see nothing. Other than just townsfolk constantly moving. Like, it's a very busy area, so. But you don't pinpoint anything that of what you felt like was watching you.
Okay. I'm going to lay down, my face still looking out of the alley, but I'm going to act like I fell asleep.
And you're acting, but you're not actually.
No,
Okay.
so that, in my mind, that would be, I either roll a deception or performance check or something.
Sure.
But that's up to you. Okay.
I need you to make 2 checks. Make a performance check and then make a perception check.
Okay, I'll roll 2d20 then.
Yep.
First one is 9 plus.
And which one is this?
You said this is the charisma one, which is performance, deception, whichever one.
Performance.
So that one's a 10. Perception is a 4.
Yeah, but how hard could it be to pretend to be asleep?
Not hard, but a 4 on perceiving what's happening while you're pretending to be asleep.
It's more just I'm pretending to be asleep in a way that if anyone comes towards me, because there's not any exits other than like up and the way that I came in, it kind of covers if anyone were to come in to try and stab me.
You. This is gonna be fun. Don't notice anything,
Nope. That
And-
4 does be.
and suddenly you feel something go over your head in black. We're gonna cut back to the group.
Which group?
The Millard Group!
Yeah, which one is the group? You need to tell us which
I
one
know.
is the group.
Yeah. So now I gotta
Simon.
go.
Distinction.
Can you
See-
come back to me? I have exciting stuff.
Yes, actually, I'm gonna go straight back to Millard. So who's been
That
traveling?
is not a group. That is a single person.
The Millard Group!
The Millard Group. It's actually a good band. You should check it out.
New album dropping in 2 years.
So you've definitely made your way back towards the gate, and you can see the party in the area, so you can choose to stealth around them to get up to the guard you wanted to, or you can interact with them. It's up to you.
I believe it was the guard on the right part of the gate.
Mhm.
Is my token still here? No, it's not.
I'll get it there for you.
Anyway, I'm sneaking up to him, and I'm just gonna, like, call out to him. Sir, I need your help. My mate, it looks like he's been robbed. He's lying
Hey,
naked.
Leon! He's behind me!
Please, sir, help me out. Come on. And I'm doing my best to, like, disguise my voice, so I sound different.
Leon, is this bloke trying to hurt me? Be honest. Okay, we didn't have to say that. That was mean. Okay. Hi, sir, who snuck up behind me. What do you want again? I was a little scared and did not hear properly.
Sir, you're a guard of this town, right? Come on.
Yep, normally
I need your
people
help.
don't come from inside, they come from outside.
Can I persuade him to come with me?
Absolutely. Roll a persuasion check.
Yeah. 20. Like an assisted 20.
Well, when you put it that way. Alright, what do you need, Sir Sneak Slot?
So I'm just a minor.
Oh, sir, mine's a lot. What do you need?
My mate, we were just at the tavern,
Uh-huh.
and some
some bloke came out of shadows and he stole like all our stuff. Could you? Well, not all our stuff because obviously I've got my clothes, but my friend's clothes were stolen, and he needs. I'd like you to check out the scene to see if we could track down this fella.
No.
He stole our tools and mining equipment.
That's just a dirty, round and not rotten thing to do, isn't it?
Sir, do you take your job seriously? Are you drunk?
I am not, but I've been standing in the sunlight for 7 hours now, so you get a little weird. Shift's almost over though. It'll be dark soon, so we can, I'll gladly go ahead. Leon, I'm gonna go help this bloke, and I'll leave you to it. Yeah. Oh, God, he's such a jerk. Okay.
So we run off to.
Yep.
To approach the scene of the crime.
All right.
That I did commit.
That you did. And he's still super there and super unconscious.
Is the guy shocked at all to see? Like, is this like a common occurrence?
You get back. Yep. What we got here is a classic Boston subway situation. I'm not sure who did this, but it's a little disturbing. Hey, look at that. Left him some rations though. That's kind of nice.
So as he says that, I pull out my rapier and I stab him through the neck.
Through the neck?
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, roll for hit with advantage because you got sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
Oh no.
I think it's 9. There's actions. There we go. 18 for hit.
It hits. Roll for damage.
Gotta find my D8 here. And then I think I get an extra D4 because of sneak attack. 2 D6s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That would be 11.
Okay. You say the neck, so like it's just going
Like,
straight.
Just like that.
Okay. This guy does not see it coming at all. And then falls over dead.
That's what you get, mate. When someone asks for help and you try to charge them for it. Someone like you, protecting the city, should know better. He still has like his bow and stuff with him, right? Because he's an archer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the bow, and I'm gonna put them in the hands of the naked guy. And I'm gonna take like the arrows and everything, and kind of like scatter them about the ground.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give the naked guy back his clothes. I'm gonna put my clothes back on.
All right. Make a stealth check. Make sure no one noticed you during all this. You could do advantage because you're in an alleyway, so they shouldn't, but just in case anyone passes by and notices.
20. Assisted.
You're good. No one notices. You successfully murdered someone.
It wasn't murder, it was justice. It's Millard's justice.
Sounds like murder to me.
Congratulations, we're successfully murder hobos. Yay!
I didn't have as positive an interaction with the guard gate as the rest of everybody did.
That's true.
He was
That's true.
taken most seriously. And then I walk away.
What direction?
Back towards the town square where the well is.
Okay. So away from the party.
AK wants to know if I get EXP.
No. You actually lose XP. It's the weirdest thing. No.
Do I gain darkness XP?
Yeah, your karma meter goes.
Weird, because it like in my mind it was like this is the right decision.
It's the weirdest thing. By my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
The guards are evil.
I really want to quote a Russian magic quote, but
Alright.
this is
I'm sure
not
there will be
appropriate
no
for it.
adverse consequences.
None whatsoever.
None at all. None at all. None at all.
So as I walk away, I kind of like look at the button, like with disdain, and just leave it.
The Millard makes his way back towards the town square where the well is, and we will pick up with Zyle, Ayla, and Ismark, who are trying to find Nadar. Whew. Well,
You know, it took 26 whole episodes for any murder hoboery to happen, so
It's not murder.
Your Honor.
Not murder, Your Honor.
Not
It's
murder
justice.
if it's justified.
all right. Well, Zyle and Ayla, what do you do?
Continue down the path that I last saw Nadar. You say
follow.
Ismark's with us as well?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well, I don't see smoke and I don't hear screams, so can't be that bad yet.
Yeah, I suppose that is one way to look at it in a happy sense. Be honest, there's no. The next closest tavern is very far in towards the middle of the city. It's highly unlikely he went all the way that direction, surely. Like the tavern was just right there. Why did he not just go to that one?
I don't ask questions anymore. I just let him do his thing, and
Alright.
I think he's still in a little bit of mourning about Johnson.
Yeah. Perhaps so. Maybe if you know if things work out one day, maybe I can try to get Johnson back.
He would appreciate that.
It's a lot for a rock, but okay.
If you have a mind to do it, I won't stop you.
Okay. Well, perhaps let's look over here, I suppose, and let's. If we take this corner and go up, it'll actually loop back around into the main tavern, and maybe we'll get lucky and he thinks it's a different one, but ends up with that one.
Sounds like a plan. Searching in a grid's kind of the best way, so
Worth a shot.
I'm just looking around, trying to be very observant, like overly observant.
Okay. Ayla and Zyle both throw a perception check.
Natural
yeah.
20.
never mind. I got outdone.
Well, I mean,
Plus 4, so 24.
okay.
22 for me.
Well, goodness. What? Everybody just
win.
with the mega rolls tonight. My gosh. All right. You both quite easily notice that there is a group of kids playing off in the distance, just having a good time. And one small boy, it can't be but maybe 4 or 5 years old at best, maybe even younger, hard to tell looking at it, but suddenly looks your guys' direction and kind of perks up and then begins running towards you. You get a brief chance to react to each other before he arrives.
The music stopped, so I thought something bad was gonna happen.
The kid turns into a demon. He's like, no! You shouldn't have split the party. Welcome to Death House Volume 2.
Not this again.
Nope.
Not like this.
And there's
Not like
4
this.
children, double the death house.
There's one in every town.
Double the
please,
trouble, double the fun.
All right.
All of the kids scream and run.
God. So, what do you two have any reaction before he arrives? Do you?
I look at Ismark.
Please tell me they're not about to pull us into another house.
What do
I
you?
said that more to Ayla than Ismark.
Yeah, because Ismark's just confused.
I laugh.
Oh,
Like a chuckle.
probably inside joke. Yeah. And then he gets all the way to you and just kind of stops and is just kind of like doing his energetic kind of back and forth and starts tugging on the pants of Zyle.
Hello, little guy. What can I do for you?
Hi, Mr. Zyle.
Do I recognize this child?
Not at all.
How do you know me, young fella?
And he kind of just stops for a second and he's just looking up at you like with just a smile. Thank you for not letting me turn into a monster. Hee. And then runs off.
It's adorable. Can you do it again?
No.
If you catch him, he'll have to do it again.
I chased him down and talked to him. What did you say to me, boy?
Let's just see how. This is between Millard and Zyle tackling a child. Let's just see how much we can just tick off the town.
You better be glad I'm not there.
Suddenly Kratos drops in.
Suddenly Millard. Oh no. Okay. So
I'm okay.
So a lady standing next to you sees your like bewildered look. And it's just kind of, pay no mind to him, laddie. It's little Nathaniel's been acting a little strange lately. I'm not sure what's gotten into him. He it's the weirdest thing, ever since he was little, he's always just been very not there. Kind of just dull, and some would even say lifeless, more or less. And then, a couple of days ago, suddenly he's energetic, running around, playing with the other kids. And occasionally he doesn't even call himself Nathaniel, he calls himself Namir. I don't even know who that is. It's really strange. But, so, pay him no mind. And she walks off.
I turn to Zyle and say in Elvish, did she just say Namir?
I'll answer in Elvish. Yes. Yes, she did. Surely it can't be.
It can't be.
I kind of hesitates a little. I killed him myself. He asked me to, but may not be good for a lot of things, but I know how to end a man's life.
You said that in
Dead.
Elvish, by the way, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The whole conversation right now is in Elvish.
Yep. Which Ismark's not even bothering listening at this point. He's just looking around because he can't understand anything you're saying.
Definitely know you know how to end a man's life. Maybe it's just something about here.
It's very unsettling.
Seems like what she's saying was this boy was born in a sense, like without a spirit. So when Namir died, his spirit came to this boy.
That's something I've never seen before.
Sure, should you roll a history check?
Get it if you
Have
want to.
I seen anything like that before?
Roll a history check.
I can certainly try.
We can find out.
That is a 16.
Okay. Well, the 16. So you've never experienced it in person, save for potentially now, if this is to be true. But you, amongst the many intricate and strange things that you have read over the time, you have come across passages that will speak of some form of reincarnation of a spirit leaving one body and going to the other. Although, and with that much of a roll, there's a caveat that typically the only way this happens is if something is literally preventing the spirits from going to where they would normally. A la, it will attach to the next thing it can find.
Zyle kind of thinking about that, and for a moment he's kind of happy with the thought that someone has another chance, and then the implications of what that means kind of hits him, and he doesn't fall to one knee or anything, but he does get a little wobbly at the thought of that, someone's spirit not being able to move on.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong?
If what you say is true, then the only way this can happen is if someone's spirit can't move on beyond it's trapped.
So you're telling me even the spirits are trapped here in Barovia?
And she says that, Zyle, just, you're looking at Ayla talking to her behind her. You know, the crowd's constantly like moving back and forth.
Mhm.
And as people are walking, like standing still in between them as they're walking by, you see Idris. And Ayla, with your passive perception, can kind of see Zyle doing a 1,000-yard stare.
You would definitely notice that.
Give him, like, tilt my head. Look, like I don't want to interrupt whatever he's thinking or looking at.
Since it's Ayla, he will outright ask, is this place messing with me again, or is Idris, too many I names, is Idris back there? He kind of nods in the direction.
I, give him a questioning look and turn around.
So Ayla sees nothing other than crowds moving forth, and then when she turns back to you, just as one person covers them whenever they walk past, it's gone now.
I'm sorry, I don't see him.
I hate this place.
Agreed. I look over at Ismark.
Oh, we talk. Most of what you guys were saying were in some other language. What did you say something to me? If so, I have no idea what you're saying.
I just shake my head.
Sorry, Ismark. Old habits from traveling together.
No, it's quite good. It's actually a genius to have language you can converse with each other without having to worry about other people hearing. Assuming there's no one here that can speak that, I suppose.
Somewhat of a heavy question for you. When people here die, you know what happens with their spirits?
Cool. My, what a loaded question that one is.
You know how I am. I don't beat around the bush.
Well, not to be sarcastic, but in a literal sense, I haven't died. So, if I'm being honest with you, I don't truly know. You know me. Or I think you would know me well enough by now. I'm a man of logic and reason in a lot of things. There's quite a lot of things I have pondered about this question, but if I'm to be honest with you, I have yet to land on a firm answer. It's a good question. If you ever come up with any potential answers to that, I would love to have that conversation.
I will gladly share if I ever figure it out.
No doubt the question is
Patience, sir.
Should we ask the kid? Still talking Elvish.
How far away did the kid run?
They're 25, 30 yards off in the distance playing. And he's in a group of kids.
When Ayla says that, Zyle will kind of nod at her and start walking that way.
So you're both walking towards the kids?
No, I stay with Ismark.
Okay.
In as non-threatening of a way as Zyle could muster.
Without fail, the second you really get close enough to where the kids can even see that you're walking towards them, they all just kind of point and just like, adult! And then they just start giggling and run the opposite direction of where you were coming.
Too old for this.
I smile and laugh.
I'm assuming he was going to try to go talk to the child that tugged on his pants earlier. Okay. Yep. I'm having to infer some things here. I don't really speak whatever you were speaking, so I'm just kind of going off what I have here, but that just seems like what he's doing. I don't think they seem to be overly interested in... Oh, they're gone. Okay. Yep, nope. Hey, Zal, I think they ran away.
It's like stare at him like, really?
Thank you.
He just gives a thumbs up and smiles. That was helping, yes? I think that helped.
In Elvish, I say it's so sarcastically. So much.
I still have no idea what you're saying.
I start walking in the direction we had been walking.
Okay, if you two are done with that scenario, shall we walk the direction of the tavern? Yes?
Yes, please.
Okay. You start walking that way. We'll now go to the other group, which is Elbreth, Mark, and Irina, who are pretty dang close to the tavern. You guys have actually arrived close by a town square, which you see a similar sight or a familiar sight, I should say, over by a well to the right, which is Millard, standing by the well.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh,
It's
Millard.
Mark, good to see you, mate.
Yeah. Did you find the tavern here?
Oh, yeah, it's right over there.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anybody to help Ismark though. Look, there's just no one
Okay.
around.
I think Ismark is doing okay.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it. How's everyone else? I know Nadar was pretty shook up after something that happened at the Hangman's Noose.
Yeah, I don't know where Nadar went.
Ismark seemed pretty concerned that Nadar was by himself, so the others are looking for him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. This place is kind of strange, ain't it? With all these rose petals around and everything. Like, it's the middle of winter. Is it? You guys been able to figure out what's going on here? Some kind of festival?
Not really. No, I didn't ask anyone. I'm
Maybe
just-
this is how they keep themselves happy in this land.
I'm just exhausted. I'm gonna plan. I just want to find somewhere to have a seat.
Oh, sit right here. The well's comfortable enough. There's no cushion, no like royal chair, but it's give you a rest.
Millard, well, really, all three of you are going to notice 4 to 5 guards jogging and running by you in the direction of towards the gate.
Wonder what that's all about.
Don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they just do an exercise.
It's probably just festival goers getting out of hand, ain't it?
Millard, Roy, deception check.
Huzzah! My best skill.
Yeah. Yeah, hard to break that one.
Where's my deception?
I guess plus
Oh, there
4.
it is. Yeah, okay. 17.
Elberth and Mark think nothing of it.
All right. I go over to have a seat at the well.
I'm sure whatever it is, we'll find out soon enough.
Mark.
Shall we go inside?
Yeah, we'll be right in.
Irina looks at you kind of strangely. Don't be long. We don't want anyone walking around by themselves, even if in pairs. And she
Alright.
proceeds to walk with Elberth.
Let's not. Let's just go out of earshot and stay within view of them.
We can just go to the edge of the tavern and just wait outside.
Mark, don't be alarmed. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something crazy.
What?
Don't be
Okay.
alarmed. Keep things sort of quiet and act, regular like. Something's going on with me. I don't know what it is. I think it might have been something that Ismark did to me, or something in his house. There's times when I just don't know what I'm doing. Okay?
Okay.
And I don't know if it's magical, and that's why I'm telling you, because we've known each other for a while. But I think that when I was here ahead of you guys, I might have killed somebody. And it felt right at the time, but it wasn't me, and I don't know what's going on. I threw that knife at Ismark. I think he's messing with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted you to know. Because if anything goes wrong, I'll probably need you to be there to stop me.
Okay.
Let's go inside.
Yeah.
Such a casual way to just hear someone might have been murdered. All right.
Have I maybe can I make I don't know, some sort of check for like if I've experienced this before, maybe? I don't know.
Like out of Millard or like for yourself?
Arcana. I don't know. Arcana? No.
What are you trying to think of? Like your character?
Is this is there some sort of magic going on? Like some sort of control type of magic.
You can roll an Arcana check.
Okay. It will be with disadvantage.
Yep.
I'm gonna use physical die. I rolled a 5, but the other one 5 plus 6, but yeah.
He has a high Arcana.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
That's 11.
Okay, yeah, 5 plus 6.
Yeah, 11 is a decent enough roll. You do not notice any magic.
Like, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, probably my detect magic already expired. Okay. Yeah, okay.
All right, so are you guys heading towards the tavern now?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Walking in.
You guys head up towards the tavern and meet up with Elberth and Irina, which at the same time, Zyle and Ayla and Ismark come around the corner and see all of you outside. There.
Oh, you guys found Nadar yet?
Unfortunately, no.
It wasn't my turn, right? Because I ran to get help.
Yeah, it was your turn. Right, Ayla? Kind of nudges her.
I just nod my head yes.
Well, why are you here then?
We were making a loop back around.
This is the only tavern close by, so I don't know, maybe thinking that he went the other direction, but kind of looped around and came to the one he didn't mean to come to. What's a shot?
Well, maybe he got directions to come here, but
Oh, that.
I don't know. Let's go check.
Seems as reasonable as anything.
Is anyone staying outside, or is everybody going in the tavern?
I stay outside.
I stay outside.
Okay. That's a shame. Gonna miss all the fun. All right.
That's fine. I don't want to get recognized.
Probably smart. So, Zyle, Elbreth, Mark, Ismark, and Irina will stay outside with Millard and Ayla. Go in, and you have this just thriving tavern. It's one of the larger ones you guys have been in quite some time. Really, really large tavern. It's, even though it's not nightfall yet, it's booming. There's people all over the place, including open seats. It's big enough to where it's not packed out. But there's alcohol being served left and right. And you just notice all sorts of characters that from all different types, most of which human. Really, there's not a whole lot of variance in terms of what you're seeing. In the corner, you spot a familiar face, which is who else but Nadar sitting down, several drinks already emptied, and working on another one. But he is sitting at a table with someone who is hooded, but you cannot see them from here. But he seems to be laughing and having a good time.
Get another one.
This does this worry anyone but me?
Why are you worried?
You're muted, Bex.
He always talks to random people at bars, but I mean, here it is concerning. We should just go over there.
This one's name is Q. It is QWZ 219XEUE.
You can see Nadar doing this, and you see the hooded figure just kind of like nodding as if he's like listening intently to Nadar.
I mean, because I told you about how we met, right? Like, I was at a tavern, and Nadar was sitting there next to me, and he just started talking me about a napkin that was his friend once. And after like half an hour, I was just... I don't know, somehow we became friends anyway, but I was just like, I can't shake this guy. Then I needed help with the job board, so...
Don't you remember too, Mark, that that one time about 6 months ago, well, time is irrelevant now, but he drank with a stranger, and we were like, you know what, he's having fun, it'll be fine. So we went off, took care of our business for the day, and we came back and the tavern was gone. It was a pile of ash, and he and the stranger were still sitting there on imaginary chairs, still drinking from empty cups. It just never ends well.
I named this one John. I miss Johnson. I need to go get Johnson. Where was he again?
Start heading towards his table.
Okay.
Can I get some more to drink?
Yeah, sure. And bartender just kind of takes note and goes to fetch another. So do all of you approach, or is it just Zal?
I approach as well.
I'll approach, and...
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys get close enough, and suddenly see yet another familiar face sitting with Nadar. And a person turns, and it's an old man. There's none other than Merc Denjaw. Looks at him. Yeah? Oh, hello. Hi, Clarence. Oh, you're not Clarence. You're not. Oh, yes, that's right. Clarence died about 13 years ago in that bovine incident. Hi, everybody.
Which one was that again?
And that is where we end tonight's
Does
episode.
he have a stick with him?
He does, laying on the table next to him.
You my boy, Blue.
But that is where we end tonight's episode.
Sorry, did you say that was the hooded figure and not a third person?
It is
Right?
the hooded
Okay.
figure. That is
As they
Murdenjaw.
approach, they're able to see beneath the hood.
Yes.
None other than
None other.
another murder target.
Oh no.
I mean, this can only end terribly, but I'm okay with that.
No, Millard kind of likes him. Like, he's pretty friendly with him.
Pretty good gosh. Okay,
He's not
so
a good person with Ismark, so
And now I have another canonical spelling of Q.
good gosh. All right, so
Has numbers in it.
Yep.
we have
quick Nadar
we
slash lava.
have like a
4 minutes.
small amount of time, so thank you everybody for watching. We're about to transition to the post-stream thing. We have 2 members that need to hop off quickly due to internet and work things, so we're going to go ahead and do theirs first, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what we're doing. So, Mr. Lava, yours cuts out the fastest. So, favorite moment or highlight of the night? What you got?
Good question. But probably just the fact, like, I sat out most of the session again because I got kidnapped by Merc Danjaw.
There are worse things that happen.
I just
I
find
mean-
it just funny. It's like, yep, I got kidnapped by an old man.
This,
Yeah.
Wait,
this,
did he tell you that who you were being kidnapped by? Okay.
Yes,
this Mr. Danjaw seems pretty powerful.
he also
I thought
told me
he
I
ran
was-
off.
He did
Yeah.
run off.
Okay, wasn't kidding. Okay.
Mhm.
I was just like, that would be a very different reaction.
Yep. Yeah, he did you a solid. Honestly, that could have gone much worse going around Vallaki
Yeah.
by yourself.
Did you have to roll for that?
Worse than
Yes.
murder.
Yes, I did roll for that.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, but I was also ready to fight.
I was ready for
Okay.
Nadar to fight.
Yes.
That's what I was expecting.
So
Yeah.
thank you, Mr. Nadar. You still have a few minutes, so you can feel free to stick around if you want to, or if you want to depart before you
would
freeze.
have been sitting on a seat,
Mhm.
That would have
Uh,
been funny, yeah.
right?
Jay, I know you need to hop off as well. So you,
Yeah.
you had quite a night. So what
I
is-
I was hoping it was gonna be less humorous. Like I was hoping it was gonna be a little bit more serious when I murdered the guy.
Mm,
Slash dispense justice.
mm,
Hey, Batman.
Yeah. Like it fits with Miller's character
sure.
because that initial conversation, I didn't know how that was gonna go. The conversation at the gate was probably actually my favorite part, where I was like, Miller's kind of desperate, and he's got to like
Sure.
try to convince this guy. So he just promises him, "Hey, I'll give you like something worth your while or worth your time," and he does.
Mhm.
Gives him a sword through the neck. I was like, it's because of like he had to promise him something to let him in the gate when he's trying to.
Sure.
In his mind, he's trying to help his friends, which
Sure.
is sort of a lie because really he's just trying to get away from his friends for a little bit to like figure things out in his own mind about what's going on because he's
Right.
confused.
Right.
And Ismark's not really giving him straight answers,
Mhm.
well, as straight as he wants them to be.
Right.
So
Does seem fitting. It's just
yeah, and then
unexpected,
like
I suppose.
once the guard is like not taking him seriously, and he's like, well, obviously this guy is in a position of authority.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not doing his job and he doesn't really care about people, then Millard's like, oh, okay, then this guy's gonna get what's coming to him.
And he did. Got a super dead guard and potentially a framed drunk guy laying in the.
I don't think that part's gonna stick. Like, he did it because of reasons, but
Okay, we'll see. So,
Oh, thanks, the Infinity Bros.
hey, thank you for the raid.
Hey, Raiders!
What up, Raiders? We're just now at the post-stream section. We're wrapping things up and talking about the episode, so feel free to stick around and hope you guys have a good time. Let us know whatever you were just streaming, where you come from. So
I think
go ahead, Jay.
I think it's also worth mentioning. I really liked the conversation with Ismark where he's like, normally with these black tendril gooey things, they're a lot deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And so it almost seems too easy to pull out.
Right.
So we don't know if Millard's still under the effect or not.
Right. I agree.
That was a cool thing to think about. I was like, oh, okay. How can I play this?
Yeah, it did very well. It's I like Millard's character. It's complicated in a
Well,
certain
now-
sense. not like crazy complex to understand, but I think complicated to role play because you kind of you have a lot of different directions you can go.
Yeah. It also is like, it was interesting thinking like, we don't know how many things he's done under the influence of this thing because we don't necessarily know when it started.
Yeah.
I know when I think it started.
Right. All right. Anything else, Mr. J, before you hop off? I know you gotta go.
I think everybody did a really good job tonight of trying to take care of Nadar, and it was a lot of fun listening to the Elvish going back and forth.
Oh,
Those private conversations were fun.
and
So,
splitting the party as many ways as possible.
I don't even think it was that bad.
It
I think
wasn't.
was really-
It's just funny. It was like, all right, well, we're here now. It was inevitable. for this to happen eventually.
Aw, Piplup went away.
Yeah, it's good. But, so thank you, Jay, for stopping by as always. Lovely roleplay tonight. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll see you on the next one. All right, so for everybody joining in, Raiders and everybody who stuck around the stream so far, we are now in the post-stream section of the night where we actually get to talk to you guys, because normally during the actual session we don't really engage a whole lot. So this is where we get to talk to you guys, answer any questions that you have about the current episode or anything before or anything upcoming, or for any new people here, if you have any questions as to where we engage with all of you. So did I miss anything, or did the Raiders tell us what they were playing? Okay, and then dang it.
They didn't mention what they were playing, but it's someone from TRG, and so
Nice.
he's popped in a couple times when he's not streaming, but a lot of times, because he streams on Tuesdays as well. So
Love us some TRG community. Always.
Yay.
Also, dang it, Quentin. You
Thank you,
mad
Quentin.
person, you.
Don't listen to Matt.
Nope.
It's me.
Yep, listen to me. Okay, so we're going to go around the horn and do our highlights of the night, as we always do.
Thank you, Derek.
So anyone in chat, if you would like to share your highlight of the
RG
night.
stands for the Reformed Gamers,
Yes.
by the way.
If you would like to share your highlight of the night, let us know what you got as we go around the horn and have the players. So first up is, putting you on the spot, Miss SJ.
Oh, it's me again. It was me last week.
I roll, so
I know you do. I don't know what your roles mean, but
I roll at 4 and I do it in alphabetical order.
okay.
Alphabetical order.
All right, highlight. I mean, the kid coming up and that was interesting. Was not expecting that. Yeah, probably that. That was just so weird.
So make sure I understand correctly.
Also, you never answered the question how they knew Ayla was an elf when she continually has her hood up.
You didn't pry enough.
I asked you.
You asked me.
Outright.
You need to ask
Yes,
them.
the nose.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna ask them. I don't like the fact that they called me out for being an elf.
You need to ask them. All right. So for clarification with the kid thing, so I understand what you're talking about specifically, I assume you're talking about the exposition of him talking to Zyle and that whole thing unraveling, and not just hearing me talk as a child.
Well, the whole all of it, you coming, you acting like a child, you coming up, pulling on his pants, and just being like, "Hi, Zyle."
Great.
Yes.
Your little run was pretty cute.
Can you do it again?
Yeah. Also, Richard, your reverb is on, just so you know.
Oh.
Someone could clip that.
Yeah, I will. I will be.
Thanks, Bex.
I still need to clip something from last
Dang
week
it.
that I forgot to clip. But anyways,
Got you.
Yeah.
no, I meant the whole sequence. I wasn't actually thinking about you just acting as a child, though that
Good.
is always fun too.
Ugh.
More so the other. And look, we're in a hype train, or we're close. The hype train is close.
You people
Thank
are
you,
crazy.
Big Tiny Tim, for the bit.
Big Tiny Tim.
We appreciate it.
What an interesting name.
It's
Well,
a
thank you.
good name.
Thank you for the bit. So,
We appreciate it.
All right,
We
any
hope
oth-
you enjoy the playthrough.
any other highlights, or is that your main one?
That's the main one.
Okay. You can list others if you want to.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact I was not expecting Ismark to faint.
Mm.
I was not expecting that, so that was interesting.
It's interesting. No one seemed to make any sort of investigation to see. Well, I guess it's sensible, I suppose, because the assumption is that he passed out due to the wound, but
Right.
no one really checked to see if that was why he passed out.
I mean, I dressed the wound. I would think that that Ayla, in doing so, taking care of him, would have figured out whether or not, but I guess I didn't go into that.
Okay. Anything else? No? Okay. We'll roll in. That is Mr. Liam.
Okay. My favorite part. I thought the guards were pretty funny.
The guards and their infinite wisdom. Just more so like one that's talkative and one that's just not.
Yeah.
Yep. Always the fun dynamic there. And I was gonna say, it's like, it wasn't the fact that Miller just casually told Mark that he murdered somebody. Just went on about this business.
At that point in time, I didn't really want to continue that conversation, particularly out in the open.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Probably not a horrible idea, all things considered. Yeah, that was interesting. I was not expecting that. I was like, all right, well, we're here now. Here we go. All right, anything else? Is that all you got?
Nothing else, yeah.
Okay. It'll be Bex. So we're literally just going around the circle here.
Either Zyle being sad again because, of his death issues, or the story about the Dar and some person sitting on invisible chairs.
I love all the freaking stories that just keep getting added on to this monstrosity of the Boston subway.
We have got like a year. Like a year or so of stuff to fill in. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's just, it's just funny. So yeah, for sure. All right. Anything else? No. Okay.
No.
Last but not least, Mr. Ricardo.
I like the whole sequence with Namir, and I know as myself kind of how the whole spirit thing in Barovia works. And I don't know how much you've changed it, but seeing that start getting introduced in was cool.
Wait, that's an actual thing? Not something he added?
I don't. That's the basis of it. I don't know how. I can guarantee you he's messed with it more, but.
Joy.
But,
I mean, look at that evil little grin on his evil little face.
How can it be evil if it's reincarnation?
No, Matt's face.
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
But the implication of how it works and what that would mean to Zyle and his stance on natural order and things is going to be fun to play out.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, like when Richard started explaining to me like the entire idea behind his character, is like, okay, Barovia is going to be a nightmare for this person. Like quite literally. Just a walking nightmare. The further he gets into it, the worse it's going to be for this guy.
I gave you plenty of fuel.
Yeah, you did. I think he knew what he was doing. I think he served it up pretty well.
Let's just here's you a silver platter, sir.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
psychologically abuse me.
I don't really have to do much. It just kind of happens on its own. Just the way the world exists. Yeah, I was waiting for that to happen, because like the second you guys got to Vallaki, I knew that was when you guys would get to hear the name Namir again, and it would kind of start this process of this conversation. And it worked itself pretty well, because I didn't know if anyone would bring it up, and then SJ just kind of spelled it out pretty easily, so it just brought the whole conversation up. I was like, all right. So
I didn't even try.
I really like that. I really like the bouncing the Elvish back and forth with Ayla and playing off that a little bit. And one of my secret things, I love it when I make up some stupid story on the fly and it cracks Bex up and she's muted, but I can still hear her laughing in my head. Like
Yep.
Because my little display, she's right by me, and I like right under my camera, and it's great when she cracks
There's
up
no
like
cats this week, though.
Yeah, sadly, no cats.
No, I don't know where one. I mean, they were fed like right before the stream, but I don't know where one is. But one is just sitting on my husband's lap. It's so cute.
Great with cats.
So, man, I don't even know. So many really good role play from everybody tonight because that's majority of what it was. There wasn't any combat. Well, technically any combat. There was a murder, but not a murder.
Justice.
What?
Yeah,
I'm
justice.
so confused by that now.
He's gone now. We can call it murder.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Oh, I call it murder while he's here. Like murder. So let's not mince words here. So that's interesting. Not sure what's gonna happen when the party eventually. Well, I mean, Mark knows, so we'll see what happens if the rest of the party finds out, if and when. Should be interesting. Mostly, like, I don't really. The only one I know, like, for sure is gonna be in my head. Probably a collision would probably be Zyle, I suppose, just on the premise of like his moral standing and scruples type of thing. It would probably be a bit of a headbutt in my head, but I don't know. I guess it depends on the moment and how it's presented.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll spin a convincing tale about how he threatened his life or something. And
yeah, and he has a very high deception
Right.
modifier, so it's very likely he might convince you. The odds are in his favor on that one. So that as a unexpected factor, that was certainly an interesting moment of the night for me. And only like immediately thinking is like, okay, the amount of things this is going to set in motion is just going to be catastrophic for you guys later.
Great. Thanks, Millard.
Nothing we could do about that now.
You open the freaking door. You go outside when you shouldn't.
Only- Well, there's a lot of things that have to happen, so only if it comes back on you. If they don't figure out who did it, then it might be fine.
I was just waiting for the drunk lady to show up.
Stab the boy.
But maybe it might take her a little bit longer to get there than it took us.
Yep. I mean, think of the road you guys just traveled.
Right, but I
Yeah.
mean, she might be someone who's like high up and actually powerful in this realm.
Maybe if she's a witch.
Plot twist. That would be funny.
She's actually the one in charge, and
The big bad is
Strahd
actually
God is her son, and
Strahd's
he's
her
just gonna be like,
figurehead.
"But mom."
Yeah.
Kidding.
But mom.
That's just my maid. She will not go away. Like I fired her 8 times. She just somehow keeps coming back.
She does way more than a duck.
Yep.
Duck.
Well, you
I
know,
really
I've seen that movie one time.
I really like the role play with Zao and Ayla going back and forth. With especially the whole Namir section was really good. Seeing what that probably will do to Zao over time is a really good setup. Getting to do the interactions, just having Zao meet another military guy, even if it's only like a minor occurrence, was a good little note. Let's see. Obviously, the kid moment was fun with with Zao, especially like poor Zao. I knew the moment was like you're gonna approach the kids. All right, they're gonna run away from you because you're an adult walking towards a group of kids. So they're gonna be like, nah. And they go.
If I had gone up instead, would they still have run?
I don't know. I rolled for it, so
Okay,
it
that's what I
depends.
figured you did, but
It depends on whatever the dice say.
it got better.
Yeah. So
Sorry, they're talking in chat.
Yeah, I see
Dear YouTube, they are talking in chat,
it.
and we are doing Monty Python and the Holy Grail quotes because they asked
A
if the
duck.
fat lady weighed more than a duck,
If it is,
and then I said fat.
she's a witch. Yeah, so I had hoped that maybe I really didn't know because I was letting, especially since the party split up as much as it did, I wanted to let roleplay take its course and let all of you guys just do what you wanted to do with interactions. I'd hoped you got into the tavern a little sooner so you could actually have a conversation with Merc Denjal tonight.
I kind of liked it where it ended because usually when you put it on a cliffhanger, it's really like sad and depressing or a scary moment, and this time it's like it's Turkmanjaw and Sticky, and we'll talk to them next week.
Yep, it's like Merc Denjal. Hello, and then just ends right there.
Clarence? Clarence?
Figured you'd like to call back.
Yeah.
I was always looking for Clarence. Until
And
you
he
were
always remembers that he died 13 years ago in a bovine accident.
incident. It's always incident.
Incident, accident, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he says is incident. But poor Clarence. Justice for Clarence. We'll have a T-shirt. Just justice for Clarence. No one has a freaking idea who that is.
Make a T-shirt now. This is Justice for Clarence.
Justice for Clarence.
I still have to make the Q one.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go back and find the spelling.
I'm glad you guys finally got to Vallaki in general. I know it's a broad statement, but there's a lot to go on here. And today didn't quite go, I don't know how I thought it would go, but this is not exactly what I thought would happen upon entering Vallaki. It's like, hey, let's just all go different directions. Cool. All right. So next week, there's probably a lot more people you guys are going to meet that will be interesting. Look for, presumably next week will be mostly roleplay again, unless the guards figure out who killed the person, in which case, buckle up, because I don't know what's going to happen to that
I'm
point.
not going to fight. I'm not. I'm going to sit on the side and drink a cider. And be like, nope, I didn't kill him. I'm not doing this.
I don't think they're going to care.
I'm just going to be like, nope.
Yep, this is going to be a guilty by association.
We didn't associate with him.
Dang it, I'm
He's
sitting
gonna abandon Miller. Like, I don't know that guy.
Oh,
you
right.
are,
Yeah,
aren't you?
okay. Ayla and Millard are done for.
Uh-huh.
And Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it.
We'll
I'm
miss you.
sitting on the other side, nowhere near him, keeping that social distance of 6 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just
Nice.
start speaking in Elvish, but I don't know him. He's not gonna know what I say because he doesn't speak Elvish.
You don't know that Miller did anything wrong right now.
That's true. But as soon as a crowd comes up and is like him, I'm gonna be like, yeah, no.
It's also a safe assumption just to assume he's done something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole circumstance is going to be very interesting.
I'm gonna be
If
like,
he's
yep,
done
you did it.
something wrong,
Walking away.
if he's done something wrong, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's very, very wrong,
True. I do want to say I like I wasn't planning, to speak to just Zyle in Elvish at all. Like that was not a thing. Like I messaged him and I was like, "What languages do you speak?" Just to see if we had anything in common other than common. And we didn't. And I was like, "Can we just say that you know some Elvish because we've been hanging out for a while?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool."
Yeah, I mean, it's sensible.
My
Right.
second language is just Dwarvish, because I think when I was just building the sheet early on, that was the first one on the list.
Sure.
And before you told me that, had Ayla and I had the background together.
Yeah. So
Seems
then,
sensible.
yeah. So I like that this random, all of a sudden, Ayla's just like, only talks to Zyle and only speaks in Elvish ever since we entered Vallaki.
Oof. Yeah, so like to Dirk's comment, which is first off great, that playing with Millard is like lighting wet dynamite. Sometimes it won't go off, other times it blows up the town. And oh my, what a statement. Because gosh, I'm just thinking of worst case scenario. If you guys find yourself stuck at odds with literally the entire town of Vallaki out to get you, good gosh, this campaign's about to get rough. Like, oof. Did not plan for that one.
You know, every party has to have at least one player that really just puts it on the line and drives things forward.
Mm-hmm.
We have two.
we have multiple.
We have multiple, yeah.
Yep. Oh man. Yep. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that goes. And as with most things, like I tend to I make decisions in some places and then roll dice in most, so we'll see where that goes. You gotta just really hope for the luck of the die on that one, to be honest. So yay! Good. That's gonna be. Oh man, I'm just thinking ahead of several episodes and just having a nightmare already in my head. But go ahead, Bex.
There's like some wild math going in the comments, so I almost missed it. But Sephiroth asked what we're doing after Curse of Strahd, and I believe the answer is that's a long time away, and we don't know.
That's certainly the answer. Surviving. At this point.
However, if you go and look at our Patreon, we would like to do a one shot with you all. And we have that option in the Patreon, and we will probably do so. Like Bex posted a one shot for some of our viewers back in December, and besides the Patreon, we probably will do another one outside of that. But yeah,
for sure.
it.
What you can do, I'll throw it up in chat since, well, look at you, you spelled it right.
I know. It's the second time today.
Good job. You spelled it
I
right.
also said Ismark the entire time.
You didn't do name steps, and instead you passed it off to Richard and let him do the name.
Guys, I have
the name
a cheat
juggle.
sheet right here.
Idris equals dead.
No, that is not what it says. It says Idris equals robot.
Yeah. This was like, man, just cutting Zyle down. Oh gosh,
robot. It does not say dead.
that was another subtle moment I liked of like just it fit with Zyle's conversation of what he was having with Ayla to suddenly see Idris in the distance.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
And for all of you who are confused as to who Idris is, you can go and watch the entire thing.
First episode
Up till last episode on your YouTube, and everything is also slowly going on to our podcast. It's up to episode 8 on our podcast. Everything else is on the YouTube channel.
oh yeah.
So
Yeah, episode 1 would be all you need for Idris. Really. There's been several episodes sprinkled out throughout this current campaign where he does show back up. But yeah, it seemed fitting for what Zyle was saying to Ayla at the moment for him to see that in the distance.
Although Idris died outside of Barovia. So
Yeah, I guess it's-
reincarnation probably would not have an effect. Barovian reincarnation would not have an effect on Idris.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily the implication. I think it's just Zyle seeing ghosts. More so because that's essentially what just happened to him in a literal sense in front of him, is that he got to see someone he killed, granted like in a good way, like, kept him from turning into a werewolf, suddenly back in front of him, more or less. So it's just kind of, with his brain already breaking the way it is, it seemed sensible for for that to be like. I mean, everywhere he looks, he sees Idris right now. And when certain things bring it up, is more of what it
Thanks
is.
for that.
You know, you technically probably like it in some weird way.
It opens up a lot of opportunity for role play. So
You're welcome. It might be like
that's why I decided to play a grave cleric in Barovia of all places.
so you technically kind of did it to yourself in a way. I mean, I would have done it to you.
I straight up did.
Yeah, I mean, I would have done it to you regardless. What did you pick? You could have picked a fairy, and I'd probably find a way to torture you. But, yeah, Grave Cleric just made it nice and easy. So, we're getting close to time to wrap up. So, if anybody has any final comments or questions in chat, go ahead and ask it out. Yes. Reminder, we have the giveaway build-up leading up to episode 30. So, if you weren't here at the beginning of the episode, we have a giveaway that will be happening on episode 30. You accumulate any sort of points as you watch the stream. That's all you have to do is just watch, and you earn points. You can use those points to purchase tickets. The tickets work like a raffle. So for every ticket you have a higher chance of winning whatever we give away in episode 30. Simple as that. If at any point you need where to engage with this, you just type in !giveaway in the chat, and it gives you a link for where to go and spend your in-game currency for points to get tickets to win free stuff. That's pretty simple, and you can do exclamation points at any time to see.
I don't think the points reset, by the way.
I don't know. I think for the giveaway, they have. I think for the exclamation points, it's doing the longevity for how long they've been here. Okay. Would be my, because like the point system is not strictly to the giveaway. It's whatever you have in your tenure of the stream.
The raffle. So your raffle tickets have been reset.
Yeah, it'll when you go to that link, it tells you how many points you have on that side.
Okay. I'm excited for the giveaway.
Mm-hmm. Always.
Because I know what it is.
Yeah. Always. Always the fun.
No, that's not true. I don't always know what the giveaway is. You don't always tell me, but I know this time.
Well, I'll say it's always fun.
Yeah.
Worst case. You always have an idea of what the giveaway is.
That's not true. I didn't know what you were giving away last time.
We've done it before.
That doesn't mean I knew that that's what you were doing.
I said an idea. You could guess it, probably, if you wanted to. At any rate, so I don't see any things in chat, so we're going to go ahead and wrap things up for tonight, and we'll reconvene next week. So if you did miss out on anything, this episode will be on Twitch. You can watch the VOD there, and then later into Friday, it will go up on YouTube to where you can watch it at any point there. We'll be happy to see you again next Tuesday. So we're going to go ahead and wrap everything up. So until next week, everybody say goodbye.
Good night.
Bye.
Peace.
Till next time.